What's going on, investors? Welcome back to the channel. With close to 50,000 euros invested in Bionano Genomics, I think I have done more than enough, okay? And I have created over 600 videos talking about the due diligence of this company. Because some of you guys may think, since I started to talk about different stocks, perhaps I don't want Bionano Genomics to succeed. Guys, we are all invested in this company. Emotionally, physically, financially, I am as invested as most of you guys, perhaps more than most of you guys. So let's talk about the earnings of PacBio. Okay, they dropped a press release talking about their preliminary earnings for the fourth quarter of 2022 and also what they expect is going to happen in 2023. And also we are going to be talking about Bionano Genomics towards the end of this video. We'll take a look at what happened today. I'm going to be comparing the results of PacBio with that of Bionano Genomics because PacBio is coming into 2023 super strong, guys. They came into 2023 with over 700 million US dollars in cash. Okay, meanwhile Bionano Genomics, in my opinion, now has perhaps less than 100 million US dollars. PacBio is trying to destroy Bionano Genomics in the long read sequencing market. Of course, we are into optical genome mapping, but if they are able to develop a technology that can analyze, for example, genomes, for structural variations, of course they are going to sequence the DNA. They are not going to map, the genomes. But if they have a result that can outperform or they come up with a method, or a device that can outperform Bionano Genomics faster, cheaper, cost effective, less labor intensive, then they are going to destroy Bngo. So that is why, in my opinion, PacBio and Bionano Genomics are still more or less competing. Whenever you go to the long read sequencing market, you go to optical genome mapping market, PacBio and Bionano Genomics are competing. Meanwhile, if you go to the short read market, PacBio is literally trying to destroy Illumina. Okay, they came up with 2 devices last year. Meanwhile, Bionano Genomics is still struggling to tell us more about the next generation Sapphire device. So that is why, of course, on this channel, I am going to start to focus on genomics. Okay, in general, I'm going to be talking about different stocks while I keep updating you guys about Bionano Genomics, because this channel was literally built on Bngo. So we are not going to stop talking about Bngo. We are all invested in Bngo, but I think it is time, okay, for me to start to talk about some other stocks on this channel, because I have already made over 600 videos about Bionano Genomics, okay, and I have created over 150 pages of due diligence about Bionano Genomics. I think I have done more than enough. Now, PacBio today closed up 13.1% after they announced their preliminary fourth quarter earnings. Okay, meanwhile, Bionano Genomics, when they reported their own preliminary earnings, Bngo closed slightly. So it doesn't mean PacBio is outperforming Bngo or anything like that, but in this video, expect me to make some kind of comparison so that most of you guys that are not familiar with PacBio or how they are competing with Bionano Genomics can at least learn 1 or 2 things. So this is the year-to-date performance of PacBio. On the 3rd of January, they started around $8 US, and today they closed $9.5 US. Okay, if you want to compare that to Bionano Genomics, for example, year-to-date, we started around $1.45 US. Today we closed at $1.55 US. So now PacBio announced their preliminary result, okay, and that is the reason why the stock saw some buyings today. PacBio announces record orders, including, listen to this guys, including orders for 76 review systems received in the fourth quarter of 2022. These are the kind of news that we Bionano Genomics investors would love to hear. Okay, we would love to hear Bngo installing many Sapphire devices. Okay, like I have already shared with you guys, I would love to see Bionano Genomics installing over 30 Sapphire devices. Okay, let's start from 25 plus Sapphire devices. In the fourth quarter of last year, Bionano Genomics is expecting to report about 23 Sapphire devices installed in the fourth quarter. I would love to see Bngo installing more devices per quarter, perhaps 35, 30. Let's even start from 25. So this device right here is the new device that by PacBio announced last year. Okay, Revio and Onso. And I already made a video that, in my opinion, those devices are ugly. Okay, they look like some kind of television from 1330. Okay, so in my opinion, they were ugly. But in this video, I am going to try my best to stay as neutral as possible. Okay, this of course is not investment advice. I'm not trying to tell you guys to go and put your money in PacBio, but it is worth noticing, what they are doing, okay, in terms of how they are helping humanity, how they are trying to bring the cost of sequencing DNA down, and so on and so forth. So let's continue. Now, on the 25th of October 2022, PacBio announced two new sequencing platforms, Revio and Onso. And Revio is a revolutionary new long read sequencing system designed to enable customers to dramatically scale their use of PacBio's Hi-Fi sequencing technology by providing them with the ability to sequence up to 1,300 human whole genomes per year at 30-fold coverage for less than $1,000 per genome. And that is it. That is the three, guys. Finally, they have a device that can, sequence DNA for less than $1,000 per genome. And their target, in my opinion, is still close to $100 per genome. Now, PacBio believes Revio will enable the use of Hi-Fi sequencing for large studies in human genetics. Cancer research. Now, this is where it concerns Bionano Genomics. Look at that. They believe Revio will, enable the use of Hi-Fi sequencing for cancer research and agricultural genomics, and will usher in the next era of human genome sequencing. Of course, PacBio is more or less into, agriculture than they are into cancer research, okay, because, cancer is a genetic disease, okay, and if you are talking about genetics, you're talking about, optical genome mapping, okay, that is where the strength of Bionano Genomics is, okay. But you guys already know my worries about Bngo. We're talking about their finance, cash at hand, and so on and so forth. So that is, of course, the only worry I have about Bionano Genomics at the moment. Now, Onso, an innovative bench-top short-read DNA sequencing system that is expected to provide an extraordinary level of accuracy by utilizing PacBio's proprietary sequencing by binding SBB technology, is designed to deliver industry-leading sensitivity and specificity for novel insights in oncology, disease research, and other applications. Now, look at this. Corteva Agri Science, one of the beta partners, shared that they have been extremely impressed by Onso's levels of accuracy, and that this accuracy can open exciting new opportunities to transform agricultural biotechnology, specifically in areas like gene editing specificity analysis. Now, I would love to see Bngo, Bionano Genomics CEO said, they already have a user of the next generation Sapphire device, in the field. I would love them to talk about that during the next earnings call, okay? I want to know who is already, using the next generation Sapphire device, okay? So that at least we can hear some kind of comment from that person about how it is going. I don't want, there are some papers out there that are talking about, using Bionano Genomics next technology, yada, yada, but I would love the CEO of Bngo or Bionano Genomics to drop a press release and tell us about it, okay? I don't just want to read anything out there, without, fact. Now, if you go further, the strong initial demand for Revio exceeded our expectations and is evidence of the significant demand for long-read sequencing at scale. We look forward to our first commercial shipment of Revio later this year. So these are the kind of things that, you want to hear going into 2023. Okay, you want to know a company is prepared to tackle whatever challenges comes their way in this new year, okay? And that is, of course, very good for PacBio, and it's very good for PacBio investors, okay? So the CEO of PacBio, that is what he said. He continues, we are also pleased with the progress we have made with the Onso system. We have shipped Onso to multiple beta customers who are now demonstrating the extremely high accuracy of the platform in their laboratories. Okay, so it's not, we don't just want to hear from a CEO, telling us that, there's already somebody using it in the field. We want to hear that they have shipped many samples, okay, in the field or on the field or whatever, and researchers, experts are already using the device to analyze genomes, for next generation structural variation detection, or however you want to put it. So now let's continue. With both Revio and Onso, PacBio is well positioned as we move into 2023. Guys, that is it, guys. I mean, that is it. Now let's look at the numbers now. They received orders for 96 instruments in the fourth quarter, which included orders for 76 review systems for delivery in 2023. Okay, these are just the orders that they have received. I believe more orders are coming because PacBio, they have other devices. Okay, the Sequel 2 and 2E, or I don't know what they call it. They already have, look at that. The Sequel 22E installed base was 512 units as of December 2022, compared with 374 as of December 31st, 2021. So and PacBio, they didn't make enough money. Look at that. Expect preliminary unaudited fourth quarter revenue of approximately $27.3 million, representing a decrease of approximately 24% compared with $36 million for the fourth quarter of 2021. As a result, preliminary unaudited annual 2022 revenue is expected to be approximately $128.2 million, representing a decline of 2% from 2021. And of course, the reason why they have that decline is because, look at that, the decline was primarily due to the robust demand for review displacing previously anticipated Sequel LLE, or I don't know if this is 2E, sales in the fourth quarter. So that is of course why, because they have a new device, so their users or their prospects, new customers are not buying the old devices anymore. They are waiting for the new one, or they already placed their orders. So that is that about how many devices they have. And then I want to show you guys the price of the device. I think I have it somewhere. Now look at this. The review system has a US list price of $779,000. If Bionano Genomics comes out with the next generation Sapphire device and the price is over $150,000, which of course is the cost of the old device, I mean, this could be a good advantage for Bionano Genomics. Okay, I mean, if they could reduce the cost of analyzing genomes and so on and so forth, because the users are going to be analyzing more genomes, more samples, in parallel. Okay, but the price of the device is maybe double or triple, then it means Bngo revenue can easily increase. Okay, so I don't know how that, I mean, I haven't done the math very well, but if you take a look at this, PacBio is selling one device for $779,000, guys. That is close to $1 million, and they have some orders. Look at that, 96 instruments in the received orders, 96 instruments in the fourth quarter, which included orders 76 review systems for delivery in 2023. All you just have to do is multiply this by 73, then you can already imagine how much PacBio is expected to make in 2023. So that is this press release from PacBio has given the stock, in my opinion, a bottom. Okay, the bottom is in for PacBio. So whoever wants to invest in PacBio, do your own due diligence, and hopefully I've been able to provide at least some information. So PacBio reported unaudited preliminary revenue of approximately $27.3 million. Now, if you go further, the decline, I already spoke about this. Look at that. Total preliminary cash equivalent, and investment balance as of December 31st, 2022 is expected to be approximately $772.3 million. Of course, PacBio have some debt. Okay, they are owing some money. So this doesn't really mean they are super strong, like they don't have debt. They have debt. But the fact is, these guys have $772.2 million in cash. And of course, they are not going to be paying their debts, all at once. But this money is enough for them to run their business at least for 24 months, guys. For 24 months. Okay. And you already know my opinion about Bionano Genomics cash at hand, how it's not so encouraging. So that is that about PacBio. Now let me see if I can quickly do a quick show you guys the price action. I don't think I've checked PacBio price action for a while. So this is what the share price of PacBio look like. Now look at how this looks like, guys. Look at this. What do you expect? If PacBio don't have any bad news coming their way, you can easily tell, okay, the trend is upward. This trend, in my opinion, is upward. Okay, if they don't have any bad news coming their way, and look at that, they have enough money to to get out of this recession, and this looks like a massive massive pennant, or you can call it triangle, or look at that. This looks like a massive, this is the range. They are trying to break out of this range. Okay, now if I don't want to put it here, I can easily say there's already a breakout. Okay, I could say this is a breakout. I could also bring it like this and tell you guys, if you want 3 points, this 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, I can already tell. I can say they broke out already and they are trying to rally higher. So that is that about PacBio. Just keep watching PacBio. I'm going to be sharing more about PacBio on this channel. For those of you that don't like PacBio, please start liking PacBio, guys. I mean, it's not about only the stock or the company, it's also how their technology is helping humanity one way or the other. Okay, so Bionano Genomics, guys. Today we closed 5.8%, and we closed above $1.5 for the first time since I don't know how many days now. Okay, if you take a look at this, okay, on Tuesday we got above that level, but unfortunately we couldn't hold it. So since December 23rd, okay, I think we broke down below $1.5 on the 23rd of December. And since then, okay, we have been trying to get above that level, but finally we got above it today. But on Thursday, we have the CPI data coming in the next 2 to 3 days. So I don't know how the market is going to react to the CPI data, but you guys can already tell that the market is positive. Okay, the sentiment of the market is positive. I think investors are trying to price in that the Fed inflation has already peaked, and the Fed at any moment from now may start announcing when they plan to start cutting the interest rate. So I think that's what the market is trying to price in, which of course is very positive thing for Bionano Genomics. So this is what is happening with BNGO. There's no press release or anything like that going on. I already spoke about it, and we are still waiting for the earnings. Okay, according to Yahoo Finance, the earnings is supposed to be on the 27th of February, but I think Bionano Genomics is going to be announcing their earnings before then. I think in the first week of February or the last week of this month, I think BNG is going to drop their Q4 2022 earnings. Okay,